Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween!
Woo!
So, we are here in our hotel room at Coronado Springs getting our costumes ready for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tonight. But we have Technique Tuesday coming at you, and I guess you're just gonna have to check out next Tuesday to see what our costumes were. So, all right, here's Technique Tuesday.
All right, so today we are going to talk about the wonder of masking tape. So I've got one of our regular cards here. I'm just going to fold this over, and I've got our 1-inch masking tape. We do have a 4-inch as well, which is still available online. However, once it runs out, that is all that Close to My Heart has. So we're going to be using our stencils today, from our National Stamping Month. So I'm going to just take these in here, and we're going to use this on a regular card base. So this one's going to fit perfectly onto this card base. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a piece of you know what, I'll use the 1x1. I'm going to take my 1x1 and I'm just going to rip off 4 pieces to use it actually as washi tape, which is something that we can do. And I'm just doing this. Please hold. I'm going to hold down the card base itself. So I'm actually going to go inside the card base and do this because I found when we are stenciling sometimes on card bases, they do move. So that will actually prevent that from moving throughout this whole thing. And then because I wanted to show you the magic of the stencil and the washi tape, I'm going to put that one to the side right now. I'm actually going to mask full sections here. So I'm going to rip off this section, and I'm actually covering up an entire row of this stencil right now. And because I went a little bit over, it will actually hold it to my all-purpose mat that I'm working on here. And if you don't rip a piece that is long enough, you can always just keep ripping them into smaller pieces. That piece I saw was going to move, so I'm going to take that smaller piece that I had from before. And this is just some of the wonders of our masking tape. Another thing, too, that is really good to know about our masking tape is for some reason, see how I have a little bit of white here? That means it ripped. If that happens, you can just scratch and you'll get back to the adhesive, but you can also then heat up your washi tape a little bit with like a hairdryer or anything like that. It's just the glue has started to stick a little bit. So if you do that, you heat up the glue, it'll melt it a little bit and it will go back to normal. So just so you are aware of that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my Journey ink and one of our blending brushes. I'm just going to get some Journey ink on here. Journey is our color of the year, if you did not know. And I'm actually going to skip that one because technically that one should have been covered by the washi tape if I'm going 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh no, I missed my stencil a little bit. Ignore that. I just didn't mask well. That was my mistake there. So if you accidentally mess up masking like I just did, oh well, just go with the flow, right? So that was our Journey. And then what's really cool about the masking tape is, ready? You just pick it up. I usually take a paper towel or something, just so once I have it up, I can start to wipe away some of the excess ink. Sometimes the masking tape doesn't like the excess ink, so I just like to wipe it away a little bit. And then, look at this. You can just cover the next side. So isn't that awesome? You can just keep reusing the same masking tape. If you find that you got it a little bit too inky or something like that, and you're like, you know what, I do want to grab a new piece, totally okay. I am being much better this time about actually covering my spots. As you see, I went over a little bit with some of the Journey, but that's okay because I'm going to be using charcoal next. I'm just going to get in there, get that nice and saturated, and we're just going to fill in those lines again. So if you want to keep grabbing ink every time, you definitely can. It will definitely get more of can't think of my words at all. It will give you more of an even tone or fill across your entire card. If you don't want to pick up ink every time, you'll kind of get like a little ombre. But see, I picked some dark enough ink for my second part that I was able to cover that. So I always suggest using your light ink first and then your dark ink after. So see how awesome that looks just like that. And this is just going to be one of my tricks when using these stencils, because if you are watched our Make It Monday from yesterday, you will see that we did some really cool things with our stencils. I talked about it a little bit there, but in case you missed that, I'm actually just washing this off because I like to work smarter, not harder. So I am just going to use this and flip it. And because I had the stripe on that side, I actually wanted to keep it on the top part here. Or actually, if I really wanted to, I could just do, no, I can't do that, just kidding. All right, so then we're gonna do the same thing here. Then I'm gonna take this again and cover it, and we're gonna do Journey first, and then Charcoal second. And here's a great example where it didn't cover all the way, so I'm just gonna take my next piece of masking tape and just cover that. Perfect. All right, so I did that one without getting more ink because I want to show you the ombre. So see how that just completely ombre'd out. Also, depending on how much pressure you put on your brushes, that will also cause a very big difference and a change in the way that your ink will look too. So like I said, if you didn't watch Make It Monday, I suggest you go watch it because I do have some awesome tips through those kits. Close to My Heart gave us some of them too. So they just are really, really awesome techniques. And also, let's say your stencil moves like mine just did, and now you're not in line. Guess what? It's so easy to line these stencils up. Voila, we are re-lined up. So now I'm going over my journey. Like that. I'm going to use my extra just to make sure that that holds down. Honestly, I love these stencils. They are so much fun to play with. They've just been really cool, and I've just enjoyed making all of the kinds of different cards. If you did watch Make It Monday, you'll see that some of them have some like Eastery vibes, where others are more masculine, some are more feminine, everything like that. And they just look so good because you can change so many different things with these stencils. Whoops, it moved on me. Didn't push down my... See how it's popping up a little bit? That just means there's a little bit too much ink, but that's okay because this is my last pass through. Tried to stick with the ombre. I needed a little bit more for the charcoal there. But once your masking tape starts to do that, you just take it and throw it out. And then this stencil will clean with water. So all you got to do is just run that under water. But look how amazing that is. So wasn't that super easy to mask? And then to clean my all-purpose mat, I'm just going to take a spray bottle and my paper towel. And we're just going to wipe that. And you are ready to do your next one. So, isn't that pretty cool? So there you have it. Isn't that an awesome card? You've got all of those different areas that are masked, and you were able to make this really, really cool looking thing. One of the other stencils that we have are these. I actually labeled them, so once again, I talked about that a little bit more in our Make It Mondays, but you could always mask these too. So let's say you didn't want the parts that are striped or whatever, like anything like that, or maybe you just wanted the striped, you can always mask those. I will actually do something else with, well, no, you've seen it in Make It Monday, but you can actually take this, the 4-inch too, and you can put it onto a envelope and use it for that. So something like this, you know, you can put it across so then you don't ink that. So you've got everything else done. And so there's just so many different things that you can do with masking tape, but masking stencils is just one of the many, and it replaces our washi tape too, which is really awesome. So if you wanted to get some, I suggest you get it now. Once again, the 4-inch is no longer available, but it is online still, so it's not in the catalog anymore, but you can still get this while supplies last. And the 1-inch now comes by itself or in a 4-roll bundle. So you can always stock up on your masking tape. I actually have 2 of each of these at my disposal right now. But that's just a little bit more about our masking tape because I didn't want anybody to miss it. But yeah, so that's Technique Tuesday.
And that's Technique Tuesday. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. But any guesses as to what we are going to be doing? Mom's ironing this. We've got some things on the bed, so maybe you can take a guess and see what we're doing. But all right, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.